What's going on YouTube? We make videos right back at you today. And today, I will be discussing how to make a lot of money. Alright, so this might take a little bit more time than the earlier video I showed you on how to make money from trophies and quick sells. That depends on luck. This one is guaranteed money. It's always going to be there, but it's going to take a little bit of time to get there. So, see my money, I got 232K. Basically, I got 200 of it, all from these amazing sets called MVP sets. So you see that I got this Roadmaster collectible. I sold him for, he's a really good player for your team, but I wouldn't put him on your team. I would just sell him, even though it does do +2 strength. I just don't think it's worth keeping on your team for 200K, 150K. So first, we'll start off with the first one that I've done, which was the Broncos MVP set. This one was pretty easy to get, and literally, it cost me like 30K, man. It was really cheap, but it goes for like 30K, so I wouldn't sell it. This is one of the ones that I would keep on your team. I still have him on my team. The second one that I did with this pretty easy was Dwight Freeney. This guy was pretty easy. See, they're all golds, so I got it for pretty cheap. You know, maybe like 30K, maybe 20K, maybe 40K. Depends on the market. So that one I would keep on your team unless you want to sell them and you try to get some money off it. Alright, so this one was like the 4th or 5th one that I've done, John Asamoah. This one is really good to sell because you can go for like 80K. And it doesn't really cost you that much. I think the Corey Peters costs a little bit. Here, let's look up right now how much Corey Peters go for. But I'm pretty sure that that one cost me like 80K, but I sold it for like 100K. So, yeah. See, look, about 20K now. See, now I go for pretty cheap. So that one says it's an all gold. That's going to be pretty cheap. And what I would do for all the elite trophies in here, what I would do is I would all of them just buy them for 4.5K because they're always going to be there. There's going to be people putting them up for 4.5K trying to make a profit, and it's going to work. So that's one way to do it. So another one that we got, can't remember here today. Trying to find the one that I did in chronological order. Let's see. Alright, this one I did a while back. Will Beatty. This guy was pretty easy. I mean, the Robert Ayers, I think that costs a little bit, maybe like 20-30K. But I mean, it's a silver player, and there's no elite, so this one would be pretty easy. You could keep him on your team because he's a pretty good player, but I sold him for a little bit of profit, not much. Alright. Now I did this Kyle Williams. This is the one that I would sell because it has that Jerry Hughes. That might cost a little bit. If you can snipe any of these players, like the elite players, it's great because on the Redskins set, even though I didn't finish it, I sniped 2 hatchers for 10 and 15K, and I sold them back for 50K the next day. And they're going for like 50 or 60K. So that's easy profit. So just look up these players. You can snipe them, snipe them. Alright, so the Kyle Williams was pretty easy. I would sell him. The next one I did was this one. Justin Tuck. This one was pretty easy. I sold him, but, you know, it kind of went, it was pretty much the same amount that I sold it for. I think he's pretty cheap. He goes for like 30, 40K. But the problem with this one is, like, I mean, it's not that good of a player. His defensive ends are easy to get. So, I mean, it's whatever you want to do. If you have a bad team, you want to put them on your team, sure. A lot of people just put them on their team. This one was kind of hard to get. I mean, I made like a 10K profit off it. So it isn't bad, but I mean, the Barksdale varies, and I got him when it was kind of expensive. So that one I would keep, or it doesn't matter which one, whatever one you want. The one I would not do, alright, this is the one you should not ever do, because this one is a ripoff, because that Daryl Young and the Jason Hatcher costs a fortune. So I would never do that, unless you were looking for a good center. This one was relatively easy. I have this on my team right now. It's like it has a 97 pass short, and there's no other like quarterback that does that without spending like 200 or 100K. So I just got him to sell my team. So I could try selling it for like 20 or 30K, but I mean, you're not making a profit off of this. You're losing money. So I would keep this on my team. He's really good. I still have him on my team right now. I still have 200K. This one was easy to get. I have him on my team because the middle linebacker is kind of hard to get. A little bit hard. Michael Bennett was pretty cheap. Cliff Averill, he was kind of cheap. But that one's a pretty good one to do. And I did the Delaney Walker. I have him on my team. He's a pretty good. He's like the best tight end you could get for pretty cheap. He's better than Gronkowski. Believe it or not, his speed is better and the catch is the same. So I would get him over Gronk, even though a lot of people got Gronk because he looks cool. But that one's good. I would keep him on your team. All right, so this one's kind of a ripoff. I wouldn't do the Vikings one. The John Sullivan goes for a lot, and you're not gonna make a profit. You're not gonna make a profit off of this one, Andre Johnson. He's not a very good wide receiver. I would not do that. Le'Veon Bell is alright, but you can get a Shane Vereen for a lot cheaper, for like 10, 20K. So don't do that one. This one, the safeties and quarterbacks aren't that good, so you shouldn't put them on your team. You can sell them, but you're not gonna make a profit, so that's why I didn't do that one. The Gronk is because I got Delaney Walker. I didn't do the Panthers because, that one was... Some people did that, but I think Kawan Short costs a little bit too much. Jordy Nelson isn't good enough. You're not going to sell. Nick Fairley. There was too much money. I didn't do that. I think it was too much money. Jamar Davis was way too much money. Do not do that. The Nick Mangold costs a fortune. So does the Wilkerson. So do not do that one. This one costs a fortune because that Red Bryant. Yeah, I wouldn't do that one unless you want a good guard. That one I did. This one just isn't worth it. It costs a lot. So where are we? Alright, so the Eagles one is another safety or cornerback. I don't got no use for them. You can't really sell them. Cameron Wade was alright. I was thinking about doing that. But do not do any of the quarterbacks. Don't do the Jay Cutler or the Tony Romo. Just stick with Breeze. Running backs aren't good, or wide receivers. Don't do any of those for these. Just don't. But Andre Ellington, is a ripoff. Safer, Major Wright, he's kind of a ripoff. I wouldn't do that. In another word, don't do these either, because, I got that Nick Mangold for cheap, because he's pretty good. I wouldn't recommend doing any of the captain sets. They're not very good. I wouldn't do any of these sets. All the sets that are any good... these sets are good. Those sets kind of a ripoff. Mobile Masters are hard. These are hard to get. So most of them are pretty hard to get. These are good. Draft's good. Really good, really good, really good. So, yeah. So here we go. We got these here today. Here we go. Let's get 25. Let's get a 50. Come on. Let's get 100. Let's go, 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 go. Alright, 800. So that wraps up the video here today, guys. Thank you all for watching. You have a great one. Like and subscribe. Take care.